Hey there, how's it going? So it took me years and years and literally thousands of dollars invested in my side hustles and in my journey as a businessman doing side hustles along with working freelance gigs, uh, full-time jobs, and consulting on the side, and learning a lot of lessons to really learn the following three powerful lessons about side hustles. And at this point, I've now refined my system for perfecting a side hustle, and I call it the product based side hustle. Um, it's something that I talk about in some of my other videos. I won't really go into detail right here, but I just want to give you these three lessons that hopefully can save you years and thousands of dollars in getting your own side hustle to success. So, the very first big lesson um, that I have learned about side hustle success is that marketing over product. That's the first big lesson. And, I wouldn't have believed it when I started because actually started out as a software developer, and if you know something about software developers, they are product obsessed. And ours, as a software developer, I think software developers look up to people like Steve Jobs and Elon Musk, and they say like, "Ooh, these guys are product geeks, man. They're all about the product. It's all about the product. If you just get the product right, everything is gonna flow." And it's a mindset that came naturally to me as in my past life as a software developer. Like after all, that's all I knew, right? Was spending hours literally just coding away. So in my very first startup product that I built, uh, it was like a little classifieds type site with some unique features and stuff like that. But I was completely obsessed about the product, and I never really bothered to market it much until I had already built. I'd probably spend a lot of time just on building the actual features of the product, and then I realized there was nobody using the product. So looking back to that first side hustle, which was a software-based side hustle, uh, I can now look back at that, and looking at other side hustles along the way. I've done everything from e-commerce side hustles to building info products to software side hustles. So looking back at that and other experiences along the way, have really yielded that formula for me, that lesson, big lesson for me. Guys, it's marketing over product. uh, that's if you can make that switch. Stop worrying about your product. Stop obsessing about your product. Stop even building your product and start marketing the product. Start having a plan for how you are getting customers in. And more than a plan, start actually doing something about it. That will shortcut your way to side hustle success. So let's move forward to secret lesson number two. Lesson number two is it's personal brand over cold outreach. So one of the things that I've also done along the way was trying to build an SMMA, which is social media marketing agency. And in SMMA land, there are a lot of lessons in there, like doing a lot of cold outreach. Um, and this applies to any kind of agency type business. Is doing a lot of cold outreach, DMing prospective customers on like LinkedIn and different places, maybe Instagram DMs or Twitter DMs, and pitching your service. And what I really discovered, in the course of doing my side hustles along the way, and all the lessons I've learned, it's actually better when you bring the business to you rather than you going chasing the business. It just happens to be much higher leverage. It happens to be something that scales and compounds in ways where you can really start growing your side hustle, start growing your business Whereas if you're just reliant on cold outreach, you're gonna be putting yourself at a big disadvantage, because after a year, 12 months of outreach, if you stop doing outreach, your business stops growing. After a year of personal brand, even if you are slipping, your personal brand and your business is growing. So it's something that grows. It takes on a momentum of its own. It can grow even when you're not doing anything, and that's the smart way to do business. So you really want to get in the habit of building your personal brand whilst you're doing your side hustle, and don't be so quick to jump into like cold outreach type marketing and outbound type marketing. There's a place and a time for it, but for the average side hustler, I would recommend for sure just focus on your personal brand, and you'll get a lot further, a lot faster. So that's lesson number 2, and then let's get into lesson number 3. And lesson number 3 is that it's actually something that's a little bit tied to lesson number lesson number 2 as well. Like when I talk about doing like an SMMA. An SMMA is social media marketing agency. It's a type of service-based side hustle. And there are a lot of other service-based side hustles. Like you could tutor kids, right? Like you could tutor kids writing lessons or SAT test prep and charge like an hourly fee, like $50 an hour or something like that. Or you could go window cleaning, cleaning windows, charge $100, $200 for cleaning windows. You could wash cars, like a car wash. Now those are service-based side hustles. In contrast to that, I teach a model called the product-based side hustle, which is all about building a product that you can build once, like a software, and then you sell subscriptions to that, or building an info product like an ebook or a course, and then you sell access to the course, or uh, creating an e-commerce store and picking a product that you don't have to manually do anything. When you get an order, you simply ship the product. You're not working manually on the product like you would be doing if you were doing window washing or car washing or any of the other service-based side hustles. So with the product-based side hustle model, you actually get something that really scales independent of your time, and you can grow it to a substantial size, being a one-person side hustler. Like you really don't need employees, right? In my side hustles, I've had periods where I actually had teams working with me, and I got lucky that I had some really great people working with me. But as an early stage businessman, I really wasn't well equipped to create the optimal systems for how we could actually get that business to the kind of revenue that it should have for the number of employees that we had in the business. And that's just part of what it is. When you're learning this process, it's better if you can do business models as a side hustler where you don't need a lot of stuff, because quite frankly, when you're starting out, you're really not equipped to really manage your staff and really make the most of what a staff can actually provide for a business. So you really want to be more so just a one-person business, and focus therefore not on service-based business models, but on product-based business models where you can be a one-person guy and you're just shipping out a product, or you're giving access to a course online, or you are giving access to a software online. So principle number 3 is exactly that, guys. It's product-based side hustle over service-based side hustle. And if you take these 3 lessons, you combine them together, you get the roadmap to what I call the product-based side hustle. And this is something that you really can grow, you really can scale, because it doesn't take a lot of manual labor. You don't need a lot of employees. You just need yourself there and the product, and you're in business, and it's a business that really scales. So I hope this is valuable to you. And if you need more resources to help you with your side hustle, you can always grab my free downloads and free resources. The links are in the description.